back. Sorry about that, we got disconnected. But look where you've joined us. We're at a toll. You couldn't get more French than this, could you? Look, we're going to pay at a toll booth. Love a toll booth. This car journey has actually been quite smooth. Generally, the roads are pretty good in France, and we're about 20 minutes away. But I'm slightly nervous because I'm normally chief navigator, so we could be going anywhere, Ian. We could be going to Calais for all I know. I got us out well yesterday, didn't I? Got us out the stadium.
Brilliant.
Well. Yeah. I love a map.
Graham McLean would like to know if the whole squad arm wrestled, who would win?
Oh, that's an excellent question. If the whole England squad arm wrestled.
Yeah, let's try England first.
Okay. Interviewed Eric Dyer the other day, and for all he's a big man, and I think one day he will have big biceps, he didn't look like he was overly developed on top.
Strong handshake.
Very strong handshake.
Yeah.
Scott, can you testify to that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Strong handshake.
Proper handshake.
I did think he's a big lad, and I thought to myself, he was born in Cheltenham, and I thought life could have taken him another way. Somebody could have picked him up to play rugby. He did look like he could have made a good rugby player.
Would Eric Dyer beat Joe Hart?
No.
In an arm wrestle?
No, Joe Hart is very well developed.
Would Joe Hart beat Fraser Forster?
No.
Would Fraser Forster beat all the rest of the England squad?
Possibly, yes. That's very likely that would be the outcome. I'm trying to think who else is quite. Kyle Walker's quite a big lad, isn't he?
Stocky.
Yeah,
all the way.
but I think sometimes short levers help. Anyway,
have you chosen to buy a tag to avoid searching for cash at the tolls? Says Brian Hale.
Well, actually, Brian, watch this. This is live right now. We're going to hand the card over. Clearly, the lady at the toll booth is fed up of people ringing the bell saying, "Help me," because we're useless English and British people and we don't know how to do this. So she's come out of her booth. Say bonjour to her, Ian.
Bonjour. Au revoir.
Oh, she's nice. Because normally we stand at these places for hours working out how it goes. Right, put your card back in your wallet.
Thank you. Did I get a receipt?
Yes.
Yeah. Adam Harris says, will we see Rashford at the Euros?
I don't think so. Do you? Boys, do you think we'll see Rashford?
Be surprised.
Yeah, I don't think so. But I mean, we've seen him training. He's definitely here. Actually, we saw him training on Sunday, didn't we? We came back from Marseille, and he did something brilliant, didn't he? In training, he did this like really instinctively brilliant kind of. He took the ball up and kind of it looked like it was attached to his foot for about 4 seconds, and you think, oh, there is a man who can play football. We will one day, but not at this tournament, obviously.
Christopher L says, awesome French there, driver. No, not getting any questions. Here, why is Harry, from Ranger English, why is Harry taking corners?
Well, according to Roy Hodgson, because he's the best at it, and he's quite defensive about that question. Doesn't seem to want to change his mind about that, and I think we'll see Harry taking corners again today.
David Peter Walsh said, should we drink the water in France?
Yes, put your head out the window, Ian, show them how safe it is.
What Rachel Corney says, what is the best excuse you've heard about missing work, school to watch the game today?
I'm watching England play against Wales in the European Championship. You don't need an excuse. No, I haven't heard any. Have you heard any excuses?
No.
No,
they're concentrating on navigating.
Nobody's ever going to get away with that. You've got to be really upfront with this. I heard in Northern Ireland they started their rush hour early today because their game's a bit later, so they can get back from work. That's a good idea.
Does Jack Wilshere deserve to start?
No.
Right. What will be the feeling? This is from Iqbal Safi. What will be the feeling if England lose to Wales?
I think the feeling will be very, very bad. You know, one of the things about this job that I've done, this is a 4th championship now, being in that tunnel at the end of the game and the mood, how it can change in a heartbeat with a last-minute goal or the result is incredible. And we experienced that to dramatic effect in Marseille, because obviously England looked like they were going to get their first win in a major European Championship opening game ever. And then in the last minute they didn't, and you had the Russian players coming down the tunnel looking like they'd won the tournament, and the England players, their shoulders had dropped, they looked absolutely dejected, and it's really hard to do those interviews in that environment when that's happened, because the players don't want to talk and they're feeling really down. So if England lost this game, I mean, we probably wouldn't see an England player for about 30 minutes.
James Fleury says, how does the experience of Euro 2016 compare to the other tournaments that you've worked on?
It's very pleasant, actually. It's very nice to be working in a European country that is a good host, and
Feels like we're at home in this weather.
so it does feel like we're at home with this weather. It's a lot colder than working in Donetsk in 35-degree heat, and it's a lot easier to get around than it was in Brazil. We had a lot of long flights, and we had to take yellow fever jabs and things like that. And then in the World Cup in 2010, we had a 9-hour car journey, didn't we, Andy?
We did.
We drove from Sun City to Bloemfontein. So these short car journeys are nice, little short plane hops. Pleasant, I would say.
Max Marison says, what is the atmosphere like in Chantilly at the England camp?
It's good, actually. It's very relaxed, and they're running the press department there. Joe Budd and her team are running a nice ship, and it's a good press centre. The training ground is quite nondescript, but everybody seems to be using it to the best of its ability. And England genuinely do seem very relaxed. I think they've just been a little bit subdued ahead of this one.
Lucas Marshall says, do you think the pressure will get to the players today?
No. I think this game will be played at a frenetic pace. I think it will feel a bit like a Premier League encounter. I'm hoping it will anyway.
Have you spoken to your dad, and does he think Wales are playing well?
Yes, I spoke to my dad, and he was very pleased with the result the other day, and he thinks they can play better than that, but he thinks it was a really impressive opener, and he's very excited. I think he's definitely coming down for the next game, the next Wales game.
Matthew Worcester says, do you go nuts when you're off camera at the games?
Yeah, I'm mental. What?
So you're getting into it? Do you cheer and...
Well, yeah, but the thing is, you've got your earpieces in and you're listening to stuff going on and you're working out what you need to do next. And so, no, you can't really get kind of too... It's not like going to a football match as a fan of a club. It's a different environment. And also, you're very close to... Where I sit, I'm practically like next to the bench. So I have to be quite professional. So we are, how far away are we now, guys?
It says 6 kilometres.
How?
6 kilometres. 5 kilometres.
6 kilometres.
4 miles
So
in English.
all we need is a Starbucks, and I'll be happy.
Other coffee outlets are available.
Yeah, but you don't get Starbucks in France. I've not seen one yet. You know, we had a Starbucks in the airport, didn't we? And I got told off because I went and got my own straw. And apparently you've got to be invited to get a straw in France. So now I know. There's all kinds of cultural anomalies that I've managed to transgress. Don't ask me to order you a limoncello. Not a limoncello, a lemon press.
Sorry, last good question. Aaron Duga says, who actually talks to you in your earpiece?
So it will be, we've got a producer on site at the ground, and then the rest of the team come from Paris. So it could be the editor in Paris, a guy called Rich Hughes, or it could be Phil Bigwood, who's on the ground here in Lens, or it could be just the general voices in my head that I speak to on a daily. Some of them are there now.
Right.
No.
We're nearly in Lens,
Yes.
so let's say goodbye.
Okay, I'm going to say goodbye to you because we're heading into Lens. But just have a quick. Oh, you can't see any yet. I was going to say there's some, because it's a mining town. You get these kind of man-made heaps. Which look, the stadium's there. Look, have a quick look at the stadium. Can you see it in the distance?
It's behind that pylon, basically.
Yeah. Everybody, enjoy the game, and thanks so much for your questions. And we'll speak. Bye, team. Say goodbye, team.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.